Mia.
You was a little forceful there too, Roger.
Hey, I'm always forceful. That's how you gotta do it.
Nah, I don't
I
know.
keep on their toes.
Well,
Nah, brother. The way you was forcing that.
Oh, wait
speak.
a minute. Mark, wrong as hell in this joint tonight.
Oh boy, Mark in the building. Let's get to the sports. We got to the other stuff. Let's get to the sports. Let's get to it. College football is back. We had a few games this
Man,
past weekend, but the meat and potatoes get started this Labor Day weekend as we have some big time games coming up and an expanded 12-team format. It actually gets started Thursday night as Colorado hosts North Dakota State. We got games all weekend. I'll go over the schedule, but I'll bring up the top 25 as well. D,
thank you.
what do the people need to know? What the new format? What do people need to know with this season? What might be different? Conference realignment, players to watch, teams to watch, and who do you think is the best team and probably wins the national championship?
Well, two things. Number one, the college football playoff has expanded to 12 teams, but it's not the 12 seeded teams. You have to win your conference. The top four conference winners will get the buys, and then you go 5 through 12 after that. Now, 12 might be a team that's outside the Power Five. So the top team that's outside the Power Five will get into the postseason as well. So if you're in the 12 spot, you're not guaranteed to get up in the playoff. You might be the first team out. But to Bob's point, I think Georgia is the best team in college football. The SEC is red loaded. Texas, Oklahoma's in there. The Big Ten has 18 teams now. The Pac-12 has 2 teams, which don't matter. The Big 12 is just there, along with the ACC. And Florida State got off to a very rocky start and lost in Dublin to Georgia Tech. And I think Clemson and Miami is the two best teams in the ACC as at this moment. They'll make the playoffs. But I do think Georgia, until somebody outside of Alabama beats them, and everybody knows Alabama don't have that slick coach there anymore, so they're going to have a lot to be told about them. I like Georgia, man. I think Georgia's the best team in the country. Ohio State right behind them. Oregon, we got to see. Oregon's coming into the Big Ten. They play a different style of football. It's not the same. I just don't think they're going to be just up top just like that. It might take a minute, but we'll see. But there's a lot of big matchups. Clemson and Georgia out the gate play each other Saturday. Miami play Florida. Notre Dame play A&M. USC plays LSU in a huge game. So right out the gate, we got some big games. And now I think if you don't have many non-conference games, because all these conferences are so super, it's going to come down to 2 conferences here at some point in this experiment. I wish they just do just college football, let it be its own little island by itself, and leave the other sports alone because it's hurting the other sports. But as you see the schedule there, it's going to be some good games coming up. I'll be at UConn and Maryland. Maryland might not get too many wins, so I'm trying to see a win. And I'll be there Saturday to see UConn and Maryland. But I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a fun season. And somebody that we don't expect in this top 12 might make a run to get into it and get into the playoffs.
Dre, you want to go ahead?
Yeah.
Or you and Raj got a roll tide in you? I mean, I don't know if y'all want to do that or still.
Oh, God.
I mean, for old time's sake, let's
Oh, hell.
ready, Rod?
Yes.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Ah!
Come back, D. Come on.
Oh, come back. Look,
I muted the computer, so I ain't hear y'all. Good.
no, whatever. D was ecstatic over the weekend when I finally called the great Nick Saban Slick Saban, which he is. I give him. Hey, look, you have 7 championships for a reason. You 6 with Alabama, 1 with LSU. You've been slick all these years, but you got the job done, baby. I think that this may be. I know we say this every year, but this truly may be the most exciting college football year we've had, and that's hard to say, especially being built off of last year. But man, oh man, I mean, the game that you had with Georgia Tech upsetting Florida State. My gosh, Who would have thought that? And then, I mean, now it makes you wonder: has Florida State taken a step back, and has Georgia Tech taken a step up? A lot of questions to be answered. We'll see what happens throughout the year. Then you also had, of course, the HBCU game with Norfolk and FAMU. So, and I mean, and off the bat, Norfolk just running the football down FAMU's throat, and then FAMU coming back and winning that game. So, great start to college football, and then the fact that the game was in Ireland, and I mean, it was cool seeing Seamus out there. All the people that were ecstatic for the start of college football this past weekend. I'm forgetting one of these games, but I think it was a great start. I'm excited to see what happens with what you're talking about with this expansion of 12 teams going from 4 to 12 now. You're going to see a lot of 1, 2, maybe 3 lost teams get in there because you said we're already having you said Georgia and Clemson off bat from the jump. It's going to be nobody. I don't see an undefeated team this season. Everybody's going to have at least one loss. Like I said, if some teams are going to have multiple ones coming in there, it'll just be impossible having that many teams and not having some type of losses. And everybody plays everybody this year.
And Dre, to add on to that, remember in the conference championships now, there's no divisions now. So Ohio State and Michigan can play each other 2 straight weeks in a row.
And with the conference championship too, that's not a guarantee just because you win the game that you're in, or if you have a loss that you may not still get in.
Well, no, if you win your conference title, you're in.
So it's going to be a. I'm sorry. I mean, if you lose that game, it's not an automatic bid that you're out. Like last year when we had like we had last year with Alabama and Georgia. So we're So what you do like the expansion of it. It'll be interesting to see who does actually get in, and then it's a lot of other variable storylines to this as well. Because, like you said, Georgia last year, who a lot of us felt should have got in, they didn't get in. Alabama had got in. What's Alabama going to be like now that the great Nick Saban isn't there anymore? What's going to happen with Ryan Day and the Ohio State? Can he finally get over the Michigan hump? And can he finally bring them a national championship? Clemson, we've seen their downfall, but can they get back up, being that they don't really want to partake with the transfer portal and NIL deals? Dabo with his stubborn self. It's a lot of different storylines going into this college football season. I'm excited to see what happens, and I don't really have a definitive winner because, well, if I had to pick 2 teams, I'd probably say I want to say the Ohio State as one of them, but But then again, you got Georgia. Oregon is who I'm really leaning towards to win it all. But you honestly don't know. But those are some of the teams. Those are the 3 teams that come to mind, at least for me, off the top of my head.
Rogers, anything you're looking forward to? I know you're loving that college football video game, brother.
Bro, it's life-changing, honestly. I mean, I never really could follow college football, but after playing the game, it's like, my goodness, I see why people love college football, and the NCAA video games as much as they did back in the day. But I mean, it's just a wait and see for me. I mean, there is a lot of great teams, Georgia, Alabama's still a great team, even though Nick Saban D is retired and gone.
Yes, that Slickster's on ESPN now.
Clemson is still a relevant.
We're forgetting Texas in there.
Texas is a great team. Arch Manning is sitting behind Quinn Evers, which is fantastic for him. You get to learn from him. It's just a lot of teams out there, man. Not sure if there will be any undefeated teams this season. It might not be. The Florida Seminoles already got beat, so they were undefeated last year. They're not going to be undefeated this year, so you could throw that out the window. But yeah, there's a lot of games that I probably will check out. I will watch the Maryland-UConn game that's coming up. I definitely want to see what Maryland does. They're an average team at best, but hopefully they can, I guess, get a bowl game again this year. I'm not sure, but yeah, man, I also want to see what Colorado does too. I mean, since since Dion is being goofy again, and what banning? What did he ban the reporter? I believe he said he couldn't come back.
Yeah, him and then the school doubled down on it.
Yeah, they doubled down on it because he has all this power. So I hope Shador Sanders does have a great season. He is a Heisman candidate. We shall see what him and Travis Hunter do this season. But yeah, man, it's going to be very fun. It is definitely going to be a very fun season. 12-game playoff format, first ever in college football. So there'll be a lot more teams this year and years to come that get into the playoff system, which is great. We wanted this for a very long time. But yeah, man, I can't wait till it starts next week.
Quickly, Byron, two more things. Notre Dame cannot get into the top four. They're the best seed they can do is fifth, and the first round is at the higher seed. So the Big House, the Horseshoe, the Coliseum, places like that can host a playoff game. And how huge is that? And then the quarterfinals and the semifinals will be bowl games, and then of course you had a national championship game separate. But that's going to be interesting, man, to see some of them great stadiums host a playoff game. How huge would that be?
D, can you elaborate on why Notre Dame can't be a top 4 team?
Well, since Notre Dame is not in the conference, yes, they play a lot of ACC teams, but since they're not in the conference, they're not eligible, to be a part of that top 4 because they're not winning a conference title. So if you're in the independent, and I know it's like, I think UConn's independent for now, and then I think it's one more independent, then you have to, at best, if you go undefeated, at best you'll be the 5 seed.
Man, this season, man, and that's another team out there. You don't know. You just don't know. Like
I said, they playing Texas A&M off top. Notre Dame.
Look, I'm excited. I'm excited, man. I really can't wait, especially, like I said, after the great opening weekend we had with an upset off the first game. And it was an international game, and like I said, you could just see the excitement with everybody. I mean, Seamus out there having fun. Pat McAfee, how he gonna do his thing out there. And it was good seeing, our boy Nick Saban.
And then next week, Lee Corso, 89 years old, to be with them in College Station for
and then don't forget also, we're talking about ESPN. But Fox has a good pregame show too.
Yeah, they'll be on this week in West Virginia. I think they got Penn State in West Virginia.
That's another good team. Penn State, we're sleeping on, man. Like, the more and more we talk, the more and more we keep like, okay, we did forget this team, and there's another team. And like I said, I like Fox as well. It's not like there's a real drop off with either program. You can't go wrong with either one because Mark Ingram is funny, man. Y'all got to really tune into.
Yes, I've seen him. He's pretty good.
I thought that Reggie Bush was good, but no offense, but Mark Ingram,
then that other slickster, Urban Liar.
Oh boy, here we
go.
That's right. Liar. That's right, D. Lie on.
Well, mighty quick TV wise, the SEC has left CBS. It's fully on ESPN. ABC had that traditional 3:30 game, or they make sure that Saturday Night Football will have a lot of SEC flavor to it now. And the Big Ten really will be on Fox, NBC, and CBS mainly. And NBC has a really big game coming up mid-season with Ohio State and Oregon. They'll get that game. Main reason why, because Fox do have the top selections, but you can't have Oregon and Ohio State at Oregon 9 a.m. in the morning. That's more of a primetime game, so that'll be a part of that. And the CW, I think, will keep the ACC, and they'll be broadcasting the Pac-12, aka Pac-2. Pac-2.
Is that the network? Is that the network that's getting CW? They're gonna get 300,000 people. What about Rogers' favorite streaming service, the Peacock?
Oh, the Cock will be a part of the Big Ten.
Lord,
they have a lot of Big Ten games.
Hey man, as long as the Cock is involved,
the Cock is. Hey man, the Big Ten has got in bed with the Cock. Has gotten in bed with it.
It's a 10. It's a Big Ten.
Whatever number it is, shit. They got 18 teams and they call themselves a Big Ten. I don't
Big
understand.
cock. That's what it is.
I don't understand it. The Pac-12 has two
This is where we
teams.
just pause and move on.
I'm just saying, Jay. I'm just saying. You know, I mean,
Just
it
move,
writes
just move
itself.
on. Just move on.
We'll
Next
be
I
on
mean,
the top.
it's 12-18. Why not?
As
Why
Trump
not?
would
You know
do,
the size.
it's
next
Size
subject.
pretty huge.
Size.
It's huge.
Damn it, Byron, what's the next subject?
That's one big son of a bitch!
Let's get to the preseason. The preseason wrapped up, and NFL
Howdy.
rosters are concluded today, D. From a Ravens perspective, and you can talk about the game on Saturday. It was terrible. I really don't want to talk about it. What are your thoughts on the preseason for the Ravens or any other team, and storylines that stood out to you, and any notable roster battles or anything that could happen?
Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth, I heard them at the end of the Washington New England game last night, and they said it very well. The preseason product stinks. They said it on there, and they said the best thing to probably do is them scrimmages they kind of do in between teams. Let people come out and see them, man. I'm kind of with them because if your starters ain't playing, if it's hard to watch, man. And they charge the PSC people that pay tickets for the regular season full price or 80% of the prices at least to see fake football. That's what it is. It's fake.
Hey man,
The fans.
these people paying it, man.
It's a crime. It's a damn sham. That's what it is. That crap Saturday in Green Bay was ridiculous. Some of them other preseason games, the Jets and the Giants, just ugly. 49ers and they're ugly. Ugly games to watch, man, in person. At least when you're at home, you can just change the channel or go do something, man. You got to sit there and watch that you in person, man.
I did that
crazy.
Saturday. I did that last Saturday.
Yeah, with Atlanta and the Ravens, and that was ugly. That was bowling shoe ugly, as Jim Ross would say. But we're glad fake football's over. Thank God. The roster's about to be finalized. You're going to see, and Vinny Serrato and our good friend Cortland Woodland today, they talked about it. People that guys want, if you're in a certain waiver wire, if you won last year, you're going to have a low number to get somebody. So you're going to see a lot of these trades maybe trading a 6 or 7 rounder for some of the players you want. Green Bay did that today with Malik Willis. Well, yesterday now because we're in a new day. And you're going to see more of that kind of so people can get the people they want before they hit the waiver wire, because once they hit it, they might not be coming back to you. And I think with the Ravens mainly, they're going to have to go out. They might even have to go out and get a backup running back. Pass rush wise, they're not going to have the same success they had last year going out getting a Clowney and a Van Roy, because a lot of them guys got signed early, man. And unless somebody gets cut and sent from the heavens.
I wish we could have got Judon. I do like it, the guy from Green Bay, Hassan, but the Ravens have to pay him too much. So
that's the problem. The Ravens is what, $5 million over the cap we heard, so they don't got a lot of that. I mean, they really don't got a lot of money to work with, man.
Yeah, that's the thing. They
Like
they're overpaying. There's still need for wide receiver. There's still some needs.
Look, Dre, them burger bucks, boy, they're getting stretched. They getting stretched this year, boy. They getting stretched. They might have to start giving out vouchers now, man.
Oh no!
Bring the vouchers.
Wait a minute.
I owe you.
Oh no!
Got to do something, man.
Well, let me get my stuff off real quick. I will just say this. I agree with everything you said, D. Yes, preseason does need to be scrapped. They need to just go ahead and get the 18 game schedule going. I mean, after this shit, just look, fellas, look. We're going to play 18 games, all right? We're going to do this next year, okay? We don't care how you feel. We don't give a damn about – we're going to get paid a little extra, but we're going to go to this 18-game schedule, because this right here, this ain't it. All right, I paid, $10 to go to the Atlanta and Baltimore game last week, and that's all I really paid to get up in there. And that was ridiculous, by the way. And I didn't even get to see Michael Penix, but that's neither here nor there. But, yeah, the game Saturday was a complete and utter garbage fest. I'm not sure what the hell we were doing out there as far as the backups. We all know that Devin Leary is going to get cut. He should have been cut today. I'm pretty sure he'll get cut tomorrow. And a couple other people look pretty. They look. I mean, Trent Simpson looked pretty good. He looked pretty good in the entire preseason that he played, and also Nate Wiggins. He looked all right as well. So at least our draft picks look good. But other than that, it was complete garbage. Bo Bray played well though. He's another one that should hopefully either make the squad or practice squad. But if he makes the practice squad, he's pretty much gone. Tylon Wallace secured a spot again on the team, so he shall be back as well. But yeah, man. Other than that, I didn't really watch too much. I did see Trey Lance throw 5 interceptions though. I thought that was hilarious.
Oh,
He's still in the league.
He is. Tony Jefferson making a comeback, brother. He actually had a really great preseason, so he will be making the 53-man raw. You know who Tony Jefferson is?
No, he said Trey Lance.
Oh, yeah, okay, translate.
Who? Go Google it.
Yeah, go Google Trey Lance. But yeah, Tony Jefferson, he will be back. He played extremely well, so he's getting another chance in the league. So that's great to see. Other than that, like I said before, it wasn't too much to really watch. I was flipping through channels, seeing what the scores were. I think I told y'all Nathan Peterman is still in the league. I don't know why, but he's still playing. Yes, there you go. Google him as well.
Go Google it.
There you go. But other than that, yes, that was it. That's all. They need to get rid of preseason. Make it just 2 preseason games. The Hall of Fame game, 2 preseason games after that, and just keep it moving, man. Just keep it moving. I mean, it's like D said, it is garbage to watch. They run a lot of basic plays, and they're just trying not to get hurt out there. And a lot of people end up getting hurt, like our running back Owen Wright, who broke his foot.
Dre?
Look, I'm not going to spend much time on preseason football because, like you said, I mean, that thing is garbage. The starters don't start. Most of the time, if they're going to get any type of real football, it's going to be with those joint practices or those scrimmages that they play that we can't see. So it's just at this point, like you guys said, might as well make it an 18-game season, which we all know is coming very, very soon, as soon as maybe next year or the year after. So let's just start making that a thing, because preseason football, the only storyline we've seen from preseason football that was worth anything, worth a damn thing at that, was Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, who's going to be the starter, who's not. And it's a debate about that, because Russ looked good, but Justin Fields, man, I think Justin Fields looked better in preseason than Russ. And that's crazy to even say that, but that's the only real storyline I think that's carried preseason football. And of course, you've had your other dramas like CD getting signed today, but as far as just regular preseason football, to me, I think that was the only thing that was really carrying the damn thing, was whether or not it was Justin Fields' job or Russell Wilson's job, because Tomlin let it be known in preseason as opposed to being in practice.
Real quick, Dre, let's go to the CD Lamb. I want to touch on that real quick. 4 years, $136 million deal. Second highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. $38 million signing bonus, largest ever given to a wide receiver.
He deserved his money. I mean, I just wonder what took Jerry Jones so goddamn long, because you're done preseason. He hasn't been at practice, and then the regular season starts. So him and Dak haven't had a chance to get those necessary reps. You're already talking about a Cowboys team that isn't projected to even make the playoffs, and you doing this type of foolishness. You already have enough drama with you as is, with you don't know if your head coach, you don't know if your quarterback, either one are going to come back, maybe not both, may not come back next year. You still got to sign Micah. This year it's a really a make or break year for the Cowboys. We say every year that they need to be in the Super Bowl, but this really might be the last dance for them, because of all the outside things that are going on within their organization. So we don't know if this might really be it for the Cowboys as a whole. Are they going to move forward with a new quarterback? Who are they going to get as head coach? You see that they're talking about Bill Belichick, and the season hasn't even started yet. So it's a lot of unknowns when it comes to that. But I am glad that CD got his money. However, it may come as an expense, because we don't know who's going to be throwing him the football, who's going to be coaching him next year.
Go ahead, Raj. I'll go down to you next.
I mean, CD does deserve his money. That's beyond what anybody else should say. because every year he's been getting better and better and better. His numbers continue to keep going up. His production level is off the chains. And he's always been a number one wide receiver in this league. So he deserves to get paid. Question is, what happens with Dak Prescott after this year? What happens with Micah Parsons after this year? What happens with the head coach after this year? Because this is his last year as well. And Jerry Jones, I'm not sure if he's willing to like retool the entire team, because we already know that before he leaves this earth, he wants to win another Super Bowl. So what are we going to do about this? I mean, who are we going to get in here to continue to keep making the Cowboys playoff team every year? That's the question that I want to know. But I am happy for that CD for CD to get his deal, because he deserved it and he earned it. But yeah, man, those are a lot of questions in Dallas, and they got a lot of explaining to do. And there's a little time running out, but it just is what it is. They love drama. They're America's favorite team, and so on and so forth.
Go ahead, D. We kind of talked about this yesterday. We don't really know what the Cowboys are going to be. They could be one of the best teams, or they could be an underachieving team, like Dre said, and miss the playoffs.
Yeah, you know, they signing CC in there. That's huge for them. They are wild card though, man. They could be really good, or really bad. And in between, Mike McCarthy is hanging on death's door right now. He's a dead coach walking, in my opinion. So he's got to get off to a strong start. Starts in Cleveland. They got Cleveland, New Orleans, the Ravens out the gate.
Shit, they might be on 3, man.
Yeah, we'll see what they do, man, because if they go on 3, on 4, McCarthy is going to be fired quickly. And Bill Belichick got all these jobs. They say he got like 5, 6 jobs.
Cap.
Jerry might have him on speed dial. He might be dropping all them jobs to be coaching against him. So
He ain't got no job, man.
no. Hey, look. Bill Belichick is trying to make it in the TV world. I think he's going to do well.
Real quick on the TV thing, D. Tom Brady will be making his debut in a couple weeks. I want to get your thoughts on that and any new things we need to look out for with the broadcast teams in the NFL, because I do want to ask you about that as a play-by-play guy to another. And the scheduling. I know we got all these crazy games and streaming and Christmas and all this goofiness that Rod is going to be trying to figure out.
So let's start with the broadcast teams. Fox pretty much kind of tooled everything back. So Brady's on the top team. You know, our good guy, Mr. Olsen, he won the Analyst of the Year in sports. And what's your reward? You're getting dropped to the second team, and you're going from $10 million to $3 million a year. That's your reward. God damn. He'll be out of there in a couple years, probably. NBC, in all likelihood for him. Kind of dropped all the teams back. Mark Sanchez and Adam Amin, the third team. Mark Stinksler is with his homie Chris Myers now. They can stink it up together. And the sixth crew, yes, indeed. CBS really didn't change much in their broadcast crew. You know, the NFL Today has changed. Phil Simms is out of there. Boomer Esiason's out of there. Matt Ryan's in there.
They took old yellow to shit.
Yeah, they took them
I
both.
don't know why I don't know. Now, Matt Ryan, I'm like Phil Simms and Boomer. As much as I was like, yeah, about them. Well, Boomer, not Phil. They kind of, I think they needed each other, but Ryan, I'm not sold on Matt Ryan.
Yeah, they're gone. Now with all the streaming stuff, you know, Netflix has 2 games which will be produced by the CBS crew, so you'll see a CBS flavor to them 2 games on Christmas. Peacock has their annual game after opening night, so opening night Thursday, Friday night in Brazil with Green Bay and Philly. So getting the cock, the exclusive cock game out the way, getting that out the way. Pause. So I think what else is going on streaming wise? Oh yeah, ESPN Plus has their game. NFL Network still got the overseas games for now. It's gonna be interesting. Yeah, I think Tom Brady's gonna do well. He's been controversial a little bit already with some of the comments he's made.
Yeah.
So I think he's definitely gonna do well. I would have had him and Olsen as the 3-man, and then see how it goes. Kind of how they did with Troy Aikman and Chris Collinsworth back in the day. To kind of reward Olsen, man. Still kind of grimy. The brother did so well and his reward is getting dropped to the second team and losing $7 million in pay. I mean, he's handled it great, by the way, but I'd be pissed off. I'd be internally pissed off. Man. You got to be, man. Got to be.
Well, D, thank you for the updates. I know we'll keep watch of that as well. Let's get to our division previews. We make our way through breaking down each team, each division, how we see it playing out. We talked about the AFC and NFC